Good morning. So here's another great sort of high intensity intervals workout mixed with some strength training. So you want to be sure to get a nice warm up in before you start the challenge of the workout. So whether or not that looks like a little cardio exercise for you, or perhaps just some active stretching, even some foam rolling, crab walks, anything that's just gonna start getting some blood flow to different parts of the body, sending a message to the body that it's about to go through some extra exertion. From that warm-up, you're gonna move right into your first interval, and through this workout, you're gonna use that Tabata modeling of intervals. So that means 20 seconds of high intensity work. You really wanna try and get to that 90%, and then rest for 10 seconds with just a little light movement and then go back to it. You want to continue that effort for 4 minutes. So that looks like 8 sets of each interval. So the first one we're going to do, you have the option of doing fast squats or squat jumps. Okay, so for the fast squats, you're literally just squatting and pressing your arms out, down and up, nice and fast, 20 seconds. And then when you get that 20 seconds done, you can kind of just stop, do some side taps for 10 seconds, or just some easy, slow body weight squats. If you want to do squat jumps, you're just going to down and jump. Just a nice comfortable pace, and that will raise your heart up. But if the impact doesn't work for your body, then just use those fast squats. So after we finish that 4-minute segment, we're going to get into our first circuit, which is going to be some core work. So what you're going to start with is what we call a bear kick. So you're going to come into a high plank. You're going to kick your heel up here. You're going to come down and through. Okay, just like this. I'm going to do those 10 on each leg, and you can then release. From there, you're going to come right down on your stomach, hands at shoulder height, push your hips and feet into the floor, and you're just going to do some press-ups. Okay, so you want to keep your hips on the floor the whole time, shoulders down, and lift. Okay, you don't want to feel a lot of compression down here in the lower back, so just kind of manage what works for you with the lift here, okay, or the press. From there, you're going to lengthen the arms out, and you're just going to do an alternating Superman. After that, we're going to come back up to that high plank. And if it doesn't work for you to do it from the high plank position, you can do it on all fours, but it's going to be that bird dog. So opposite arm and leg lift. Connect with your glutes, connect with your abs to stay nice and stable. Otherwise, right down here, lift and lengthen. All right? So for that series, you're going to go one after the other. You can do, 10 to 16 reps with the opposite, arm and leg lift, like the Superman and the bird dog, whatnot. I recommend 16 reps. Things like the bear kick in the press-ups, 10 reps will be just fine. Go through that cycle 3 to 4 times, whatever works with however long you want to work out. And then from there, we're going to move into our next segment of interval after you take a break. And the next Tabata interval, which is actually just in 2 minutes in length, so you're going to do 4 sets, is going to be push-ups for 20 seconds. Okay, so nice full range of motion, whether you're on your toes or your knees, it doesn't matter. You just want to have good form. After 20 seconds, you can just take a nice child's pose and stretch it out. From there, we're going to head right into our second circuit, which is going to begin with your dumbbells. You can get whatever weight works for you for a chest press. And then with this first exercise, you're going to lift one leg, hold the weights above your chest, and you're just going to do a single leg bridge. All right, so you can do 8 to 10, switch legs, do 8 to 10 more. From there, the second exercise is the chest press. So you can either leave your feet on the ground, find a neutral spine, or pick your feet up off the ground with a neutral spine. And then just a nice big chest press. So if you're working on the floor, just allow your triceps to graze the carpet and then send the weights back up. If you're working on a bench, you want your arms to just be level with the bench. So you're keeping any pressure out of the shoulders, and we're keeping that work in your chest. From there, we're gonna come up off the ground and fire up the lower body. You're gonna do a side lunge and flow right back to a reverse lunge. Out to the side, step it back, keeping everything in alignment, keeping the knees centered. So then to the other side. All right, so all 3 of those exercises on that single leg bridge, 8 to 10 per side. With the chest press, 10 reps will be good. And then for the side lunge into the reverse lunge, I would do 10 reps per side. So that would be 1 side lunge, and then 2 would be the reverse lunge. 3 would be the side lunge, 4 would be the reverse lunge. So far, so on and so forth. So 3 to 4 circuits of that, again, depending on what time you want to commit to this workout, and then take a break. By this point, things should feel pretty elevated. You should feel pretty warm, so you might want to take a little bit of a longer rest because we're going to pile on another layer. The next layer includes a half Tabata. So again, 4 intervals instead of the 8 of the side lunge hop. So you're going to come over into a side lunge, and then you're just going to hop to the other side. You're going to move as fast and safely as possible to elevate that heart rate. 20 seconds, and then you can just march in place for 10 for that active recovery, and then repeat. From there, we're going to get into some upper body strength. So you're going to pick up your weights again. You're going to stand in a little bit of a split stance, and then just tip the hips a little bit and do a row. Tipping at the hips with a split stance for this exercise is just going to help keep your low back safe, all right? Otherwise, you're fine doing it this way too if you would prefer. This is just a nice option if you're just feeling any low back sensitivity, all right? From there, we're going to move it into an alternating curl, which if you have and you want to, you can do it on kneeling on the Bosu. Otherwise, you can kneel on the floor. You're just going to come up with one and down, up with the other and down. All right? And then from there, and again, you can use the Bosu if you want, or you can use the floor or even a ball. We're going to do skull crusher, pull over. All right, so you can do these with either 2 weights or with 1 weight. So skull crusher, pull over. All right. So again, 3 to 4 rounds with those exercises. 10 reps on each will be great. And that at the end of that circuit, you will have completed that entire workout, anywhere between 30 and 60 minutes, depending on how many sets. And just make sure to do a nice cool down for yourself, either some stretching or light walking or whatnot. Enjoy that workout.